We'll study about the drug protein binding. Binding can be intracellular, extracellular. In intracellular, the drug binds to the receptor and activation of receptor occur and therapeutic response is shown. But in extracellular binding, the bind to the plasma and plasma complex form, and this binding is drug can't able to release out, and it in this the plasma acts as secondary receptor, as it is also called as silent receptor because response is not shown. Now the binding can be reversible or irreversible. In reversible bonding, weak bonds form, so therefore easily drug can be into free state and show its action. But in reversible phase, the covalent bond forms and drug accumulation occurs. Drug receptor complexes forms, there is a covalent bond between them, and drug can't able to get in the free form, therefore no therapeutic response. It can cause a toxicity or carcinogenicity. Now protein drug binding can be of drug can bind to the plasma protein and can bind to the blood as well. Binding of the drug to the extravascular tissue or tissue protein, right? Now plasma drug binding, it will be reversible binding. Now the order is binding is first of all albumin, then alpha acidic glycoprotein, then lipoprotein, and the last one is globulin. This is the binding order. Now protein and the type of drug which binds to it. For example, the human albumin serum can bind to the all type of drug. Alpha 1 acid glycoprotein can bind to the basic drug, lipoprotein to the basic and lipophilic, and these are the for the examples. Now binding of the drug to the RBC or the blood vessels, they comprise of three components, each of which can bind to the drug. Hemoglobin part of the RBC or can bind to this, and carbonic anhydrase enzyme also bind to the RBCs. Now tissue binding of the drug. In this, the binding of drug to the plasma, the size is basically higher, so volume of distribution will be lesser in this, and reversible binding occur in the plasma drug binding. But in plasma tissue, in the drug tissue binding, the apparent volume of distribution will be higher, and irreversible binding will occur, and accumulation and toxicity can be occur. For example, PCM it can cause hepatic toxicity, and basically the site specific. Now the factor affecting the drug protein binding, in this the drug lateral factor, in this drug protein binding is directly proportional to lipophilicity and concentration of the drug and affinity of the drug. Now affinity, we will study about this, is lidocaine is alpha 1 glycoprotein. Basically it has more affinity as compared to the human albumin serum. So digoxin affinity with the heart muscles is more than as compared to the skeleton muscles. This is the factor that affect the protein drug binding with the drug protein complex binding. Now another factor affecting the drug protein binding is protein related tissue. In this protein tissue related factor, in this the physiochemical characteristic of that protein, for example lipoprotein and adipose tissue have higher affinity to get the to get bound with the lipoprotein drugs, right? Adipose tissue and these can be have high affinity towards this. Basically protein drug compatibility also one of the factor that influence the protein drug binding. So higher the concentration of the protein, can't basically necessary that the binding will occur. Basically it's depends upon the compatibility of them. Now higher the sites of binding, the concentration of the protein increase, and therefore binding will occur. Now they will study about the patient related factor. Now we had studied that in neonatal, in babies, there's decreased level of albumin level, so drug can't able to bind at this site. But as well as in adults as well, the level of we can see that albumin level is high. But that in disease state the albumin level is high is called hyperalbuminemia, or a decreased level is called hypoalbuminemia. Okay? So if there is excess, anything excess is also not good, and anything lesser also not good, right? Now we'll study about the drug interaction. In this there is replacement of the drug. For example, warfarin binds to the receptor, now takes the phenylbutazone, and it will replace the warfarin from the receptor, right? Now this is the receptor of warfarin, but phenylbutazone came here and it will replace this warfarin too from it. So here the warfarin is released, so it is called displaced drug, and the phenylbutazone has replaced the warfarin, is called displacer. Now, so another factor we had studied, like we'll study about this competition between the drug and normal body constituent. In this, for example, we had this lipoprotein, and basically, if the free fatty acid level in the body is high, so that we can see that the free fatty acid will bind to the lipoprotein and all over it, and therefore the drug, there is no site left for drug to bind. So yeah, this is also a factor, competition between the proteins and the other normal body constituent towards the protein. Now there are another factor is allosteric change. For example, some of the drug protein complex form, then the drug changes the structure of the protein. So now the protein molecule sometimes changes the shape. Now the protein molecule structure is changed. So now that drug can't now another drug can't able to bind that protein, so it will also affect the drug protein affinity and affect everything.